I'm a mage player. I don't actually play Forsaken, but I am intrigued by the sort of notion of who the chief antagonists are in each venue. I mean, the Seers and Mage sort of are a big bad, followed by the Banishers, and then of course in Forsaken you have the Pure, which for me as a non-Forsaken player are a complete mystery because I'm never quite sure how they work out. But I'm wondering sort of how you as the developers kind of came up with some of those ideas, and how you think they work more effectively or more intriguingly with the new systems as they've been designed.
Well, I can summarize up the Pure pretty shortly in that when we got into really developing them, the basic concept we had in our heads is that you should be the werewolves that the protagonists look at in mostly the way that humans would look at werewolves. They're the ones who are these big slavering beasts that cannot be reasoned with that hunt us. And it was sort of a way of letting the players put themselves in the perspective of being prey and hopefully, deciding that they dislike it enough that they will take every opportunity they can to turn the hunt around.
And Seers of the Throne really was just a way to bring back in some of that stuff from the technocracy, the idea of these assholes who would be kings, who just want to go boss around everybody in a way. But without any of those arguments about, technology good, technology bad sort of stuff in a way. But, these guys want to rule the world metaphysically, not just, secularly in a way. And so, it's a way to have that sort of, screw you guys sort of thing.
We also had fun when we were working on the big Seers of the Throne book for the tabletop rule set. If you've seen the cover art for it, there's a fellow on a throne and he's got a puppet and there are strings coming from his wrists on up higher. And basically it was interesting to me and something that turned out to be interesting to authors as well, that the Seers of the Throne are the inversion of Lucifer. They say it is better to serve in hell. They think it's better to reign in hell so that you can serve in heaven. Right. If you are the ruler of the material world and you do your job nicely, someday you will be brought up into the supernal and you can be a good little servant for the rest of your life. They are willing to trade away all of their freedom in order for comfort and power and the ability to order the world as they see fit, which made them really interesting antagonists to me, because you can see it. You can see why people will do these things just for comfort and security and the ability to be the one that gives the orders, and they are willing to trade away what theoretically the protagonists aren't, because they're trading away what would make them protagonists, the ability to self-protagonize.
All right,
and
so
X-Arcs, of course, may not even exist.
I'll finish up with the last question and it's being the only vampire on a panel filled next to a bunch of people I would consider my arch enemies. The one thing that I think is one of the most universally loved concepts and creations of the world of darkness was the abominations. Who came up with that one?
I loved. Not it.
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry, do you have a question about it?
He asked who came up with it.
Was
that? Can we voice that?
How did that come about?
Not it.
Let's say Greenberg. Let's
Greenberg?
I think it was Steve Brown and Greenberg, and a bit of me, I gotta say.
Yeah, back in the
bit of a dare.
The whole
that was actually a sucker punch. But anyway, I'd like to thank. I didn't even know who that is.
Someone did the other day somewhere.
Actually, they brought him up yesterday. I think the answer was no comment. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming. This has been great, and hopefully we will do it again.
Thank you all.
Thank you.